because of the friction motion between this plate surface and the fluid movement, the boundary layer starts to develop. So at this point, near to the surface of the wall, the velocity is equal to 0. So here u equal to 0. Then the velocity starts to increase like this, and it will attain the u infinity value. Here the velocity is u infinity. Similarly, throughout the wall, that is, if it is a cylinder, throughout the wall, in the sense, if you cut the cross section, you will get the same thing in opposite direction also. Okay, like this you will get the same thing in the opposite direction also. So now here the velocity will be u infinity. Similarly, at some distance from here, you can see, you can observe a velocity profile like this. This is your center line of the cylinder. In some more distance, you will get a velocity profile like this. So this is your velocity profile, right? Similarly, in this wall also, you will get a cylindrical profile, that is velocity profile like this. So here it will be a flat curve. So if you connect all these points, you will get the boundary layer development. You will get the boundary layer development as like this. In all the direction, you will get the boundary layer direction like this. At this point, these two boundary layer thicknesses matches to each other, and there the velocity profile will be like this. Similarly, in the opposite direction also, the velocity profile will be like this. Now, if you consider this as the, here the velocity will be u infinity, and at this point the velocity will be u max. Now, if you consider anywhere in the length of the pipe, the velocity profile will be similar, that is, the velocity profile will be constant throughout the length of the plate, throughout the length of the cylinder after this point, right? So up to this point, it is called as entry length or entry region. Okay, so up to this, the flow is called as unestablished flow. Established flow. After this point, the velocity profile develops fully, that is, the velocity profile develops completely. So after this point, it is called as fully developed flow. Fully developed flow, or the fully developed flow can be called as Poiseuille flow. Poiseuille flow. Okay. Now, you know what is entry length, what is fully developed flow, what is your velocity profile, and after fully developed flow, it will be u max, and u max will not be equal to u infinity, that is input velocity. This is your boundary layer. So we have seen now, for flat plate, the boundary layer thickness will be like this. Up to this it will be laminar. After that it will be turbulent. So the same phenomenon occur in the cylinder also, but in the cylinder, in all the direction, the velocity profile takes place, and at some distance, all the velocity profile converges at one point, and after that point, the velocity will not change at any point of the length. So that flow is called as fully developed flow or Poiseuille flow. Before fully developed flow, it is called as unestablished flow, or that length is called as entry length. Now I will give you the formulas which are going to be useful in solving the problems on internal flow, right? So first formula is T mean temperature, where in the In the external flow over a plate, we have find out the film temperature. No, here we are going to find out the T mean temperature, which is equal to T mean input temperature plus T mean outlet temperature divided by 2. These two temperatures will be given in the problem itself usually. The second thing is RE, Reynolds number formula is, here it is internal flow, no, so UL, instead of UL we are going to use UD divided by nu. Okay, if RE is less than 2300, then the flow is laminar flow. If RE is greater than 2300, then the flow is called as turbulent flow, right? The third formula is, you have to take the Nusselt number formula from the data book, right? In the data book, from the index page, you just find out the internal flow pages. The internal flow pages are available in page number 124, right? Page number 124, you can find out. So this is your page number 124. In page number 124, you can find out the Nusselt number equation. In the entry region, Nusselt number equal to 3.66. This is the only formula you have to take for a laminar condition. So Nu equal to 3.66. Similarly, for turbulent flow, here the turbulent flow formulas are given. Here you can, for laminar flow, this is the only equation you have to take. If the flow is laminar, without any doubt, you just put Nu equal to 3.66, right? If the flow is turbulent, come to page number 126. In the page number 126, in the section 2.2.2, you can get the formula for entry region. That is for the entry length, the formula will be Nu equal to 0.036 Re power 0.8 Pr power 0.33. Okay, this is the entry region formula, and the condition for the entry region is the L by D ratio should be less than 400 and greater than 10, right? So if you find out the L by D ratio, when the L by D ratio is between 10 to 400, then you can assume that the formula, the point is in the entrance region, and you can use this formula, right? Similarly, for a fully turbulent flow, so fully developed turbulent flow, the formula is given here. Nu equal to 0.023 Re power 0.8 Pr power N. N equal to 0.4 for heating, N equal to 0.3 for cooling, right? The conditions given here are Prandtl number should be less than 100 and greater than 0.6. Similarly, the another condition is L by D ratio must be greater than 60, right? So first find out if it is a turbulent flow, find out the L by D ratio. If the L by D ratio is greater than 60, then you can come here. If the L by D ratio is 10, between 10 and 400, you can take this formula. And the Prandtl number also plays a vital role. We will see in detail while solving the problem, right? So Nu equal to 3.66 for laminar flow. In the fourth point, for turbulent flow, for entry length, Nu equal to 0.036 Re power 0.8 Pr power 0.33 into D divided by L the whole power 0.55. Okay. This formula is valid when Reynolds number is less than 10,000 and L by D ratio must be less than 400 and greater than 10. Then for fully developed flow, Nusselt number is equal to 0.023 Re power 0.8 Pr power N. N equal to 0.4 for heating. N equal to 0.3 for cooling. And the conditions for these will be the L by D ratio must be greater than 60. The second condition is Reynolds number must be greater than 10,000. So once when you start to approach the problem, first to find out the T mean temperature, and at Tm take the properties of the dry air or water. Then next step you have to find out the Reynolds number value. If the Reynolds number value is less than 2300, then the flow is laminar flow. You can take this Nusselt number equal to 3.66 formula from page number 124, right? If the Reynolds number is greater than 2300, then you have to assume that the flow is turbulent flow. For turbulent flow, go to page number 125 and now take the formula according to these two conditions. Now first check the Reynolds number value. If the Reynolds number is less than 10,000, then the point is in the entry region. So now you just take this formula as your Nusselt number formula. If the Reynolds number is greater than 10,000, just take this formula from the data book, right? So the fifth formula given for solving these type of problems is fifth one, mass flow rate m dot equal to rho a u. So density into area into velocity. Sixth one is kinematic velocity nu equal to mu by rho. Seventh formula is equivalent diameter. Okay, the equivalent diameter is nothing but dE equal to 4 into area divided by perimeter. So now for a rectangular tube, the area is nothing but L into W. Similarly, the perimeter is nothing but 2 into L plus W. So it will get cancelled and the final value will be 2 into L into W divided by L plus W. Similarly, it is for rectangular tube. Equivalent diameter is 4A divided by P. So this is for a tube. So for a tube, it will have outer diameter and inner diameter. Now the area is nothing but is pi by 4 d naught squared minus di squared. Similarly, the perimeter is nothing but pi into d naught plus di. Okay, if you expand or if you solve these two equations, 4 will get cancelled, pi will get cancelled, then you will get d naught minus di as your answer. For a tube, the equivalent diameter is equal to d naught minus di. So the eighth formula is heat transfer. Q equal to, you know that HA into TW minus T mean, which is also equal to MCP del T. Tm naught outlet temperature minus Tm inlet temperature. Okay, these are all the formulas you are going to use in the internal flow. Now we will solve one problem. Okay, in the first problem it is given a system for heating water from an inlet temperature of 20 degrees Celsius to an outlet temperature of 40 degrees Celsius. So Tm inlet temperature is equal to 20 degrees Celsius, Tm outlet temperature equal to 40 degree Celsius. The pipe diameter is 2.5 centimeter and it is maintained at 110 degrees Celsius. So pipe temperature is 110 degrees Celsius and the diameter equal to 2.5 centimeter, which is equal to 0.025 meter. And by condensing steam on its surface to attain the mass flow rate of 0.5 kg per minute, right? So m dot equal to 0.5 kilogram per minute, so which is equal to 8.33 into 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram per seconds. Okay, now you are asked to find the length of the tube required. So length of the tube you are going to find out. Now solution. In the solution, the first step is to find out the T mean temperature, which is equal to Tm naught plus Tmi divided by 2, which is equal to 40 plus 20, 60 divided by 2 equal to 30 degrees Celsius. Now at 30 degrees Celsius, properties of water from page number 22. Okay, from page number 22, just take the properties of water. Rho equal to 997 kilogram per meter cube. Prandtl number PR equal to 5.5. Kinematic viscosity nu equal to 0.857 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter squared per seconds. Conductivity value K equal to 0.610 watt per meter Kelvin. Cp, heat cap specific heat value Cp equal to 4178 joule per kilogram Kelvin. Right? This is the first step. And the second step, just find out the Reynolds number value. Since it is a cylinder, you just use UD divided by L. U is nothing but your velocity value. The velocity value is not given in the problem. Instead of velocity value, they gave the mass flow rate value. So you know that mass flow rate m dot equal to rho A U. From this equation, you just find out the U value. So this mass flow rate is 0.5 which is equal to 997 into the area value is pi by 4 d squared. So here the d value you should use 2.5 centimeter. Pi by 4 0.025 squared into u. From this equation find the u value. U equal to 0.017 meter per second. Just substitute this u value in this equation. You can get 0.017 into 0.025 divided by length is UD divided by nu. Here nu value is, here you can take 0.857 into 10 to the power minus 6. So the Reynolds number value will become 495. Now Reynolds number equal to 495, which is less than 2300. So flow is laminar. For laminar flow, Nusselt number equation is 3.66, right? So you know that Nu equal to Ht divided by K. Okay. From this equation, just find out. So 3.66 equal to H into diameter is 0.025 divided by the value of K is 0.610. Find out the value of H. H equal to 89.3 watt per meter squared Kelvin. Now you have to find the value of you have to find the length of the tube required. So you can find out the length of the tube from the heat transfer formula. Q equal to HA/TW minus TM. Here the area is equal to, it is not your cross sectional area, since it is a convection, from the heat is transferred from the surface of the cylinder. So the area equal to surface area. Surface area is nothing but perimeter into length. So pi d into L. Here you know the value of H from here, and the TW is given in the problem. T mean temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, already you find out. If you find out the area value, then from area value you can find out the length. Here another thing is you have to know the value of Q. So you have the another formula for Q equal to mCp del T. Del T is nothing but Tm outlet minus Tm inlet. So from this equation, m equal to 0.5 into Cp equal to 4178, T outlet temperature is 40, inlet temperature is 20. From this equation just find out the value of Q, which is 696.05 kilowatt. Just substitute this Q value in this equation. You can find out 696.05 equal to H into area into TW minus T mean. TW is 110, T mean is 30. From this equation you can find out the value of area, which is equal to pi dl. From that find the value of length equal to 1.24 meters. This is your final answer. Okay. Now go to the second problem. Given engine oil flows through a 50 mm diameter tube. So D equal to 50 mm, which is equal to 0.05 meter, and the engine oil is at an average temperature of 147 degrees Celsius. So here directly average temperature is given. So T mean equal to 147 degrees Celsius. The flow velocity U equal to 80 centimeter per seconds, which is equal to 0.8 meter per seconds. Calculate the average heat transfer coefficient to find H equal to H, and if the tube wall is maintained at 200 degrees Celsius. So tube wall temperature equal to 200 degrees Celsius and it is 2 meter long. So length equal to 2 meters. Also calculate the amount of heat transferred. So Q, you have to find out the value of average heat transfer coefficient and heat transfer. These are all the given data. Okay. In the first step, you have to find out the properties. So T mean temperature is given as 147 degrees Celsius. From page number 25, in the page number 25, the properties of engine oil. Here engine oil is used, that is the flow liquid is engine oil. So you have to take the properties of the flowing liquid, which is engine oil. In the page number 25, you can find out the properties of engine oil at various temperatures. Now take the values of engine oil at 147 degrees Celsius. Rho equal to 816 kilogram per meter cube. K equal to 0.1388 watt per meter Kelvin, and the value of PR equal to 116. Value of kinematic viscosity nu equal to 8 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter square per seconds. Okay. Once you find out the properties, once you take all the property values from the data book, then the next step you have to find out the Reynolds number value. RE equal to, it is a internal flow, no, you have to put the formula UD divided by nu. So U value is nothing but your 0.8 and the diameter value is 0.05. Kinematic viscosity value is given here 8 into 10 to the power minus 6, and if you calculate the Reynolds number value, you will get RE equal to 5000. Around 5000 you will get the Reynolds number value, which is greater than 2300. So write it here. Flow is turbulent. Okay. For the turbulent flow, now you have to take the Nusselt number equation. So since RE is less than 10,000 from HMT data book, page number I think 126, no, from page number 126, Nusselt number equal to 0.036 RE power 0.8, PR power 0.33 and D divided by L to the whole power 0.0